Yeah.
Ready?
So rudely kicked off my internet by my internet, but that's fine. I think the last question was Mary F. Kill. I think I answered that pretty eloquently. If you're not familiar, this is Mahara cat, Mia. You don't like cats, you have no business being on this channel. This is the best cat in the world. I will let her go now. So we were just talking about some opinions on the It reimagining, reboot, whatever it's called. How I felt about that. That's all the live stream for the babysitter review I just did. Before I was so rudely interrupted. What do you think? Any topics?
My favorite thing is you, as the queen of horror, especially in my life. You draw the line on one thing when it comes to horror movies.
One thing I don't like in horror movies?
Yep, one thing you see it happen in a horror movie, and you're just like, I'm out.
Animals getting killed. Can't do it. Will not do it. I feel like I really enjoy certain reviews. I know Bloodbath and Beyond has done it numerous times that they've kind of like given a forewarning, like, hey, at this point, there's maybe some shit you don't want to see involving animals if you're sensitive to that. So you can, or earmuffs or whatever. I feel like I could have used that the first time I ever saw a Cannibal Holocaust. That was really, really not cool. The one part with the turtle. I know most of it was fake, but that part was not, according to the documentary I saw. And I don't even really like turtles that much, but I was just like, oh my god. Looks like I have something up here.
Oh yeah, he was see, will pop up here, and if they flag it, I won't get it.
Oh. What does it say?
All right, it says I hate when animals get killed in movies. It fucks me up big time.
Oh yeah. What's your favorite animal? Comment down below.
Pygmy. Oh, he said he go. I think he meant hug. He says I go and hug my beagle right after.
Oh, I know what you mean. Our dog smells very bad, but he's so sweet. I dry shampooed him. He doesn't smell that bad. Anytime I see like an ASPCA commercial, I'll go seek out my pets and just like, I love you so much. I'm so sorry.
See, I'm a complete opposite. I make up and watch. They think about that next time you beg me for food.
He just wants food though.
He just wants my food.
I don't feel bad. I know he just wants food and love. So I know a popular one right now is A Quiet Place. I'm pretty excited about that coming out. I think that comes out, is it this coming week maybe? I'm a huge fan of John Krasinski, but I feel like the whole movie I'm going to be expecting him to do that thing he did in The Office where he's just like, just staring at the camera. I'm going to be thinking that there's going to be like a cameo of Dwight, which would be awesome. Maybe that's what it is. Like, they have to be quiet or Dwight Schrute is going to come attack them. People are like, Bears beats Battlestar Galactica. Fuck you up. You can only, can't sense motion, only sound. Who knows? That would be interesting.
His favorite animals is
Aww. I have to say my favorite animal is probably my cat. Because she's fucking awesome. She's so cool. The dog knows. Let's be real. He's just happy to be here. He doesn't give a shit who we like. But guys, it's warm in here. A lot of the time when you cook, you drop things and I get to eat them, unless it's like something I'm not supposed to be eating.
Yeah.
but then he'll still try to eat that. I watched my dog eat a nickel once, and I stuck my arm down, I felt like to my elbow, trying to pull it back out of him. And he's just like, nah, it's gone. It's gone forever, guys. I felt like a old timey, like in the Roman times, the lion tamers. That was me trying to fish a nickel out of my dog's mouth. I really hope that nickel's not still in him, because I feel terrible about it. But like, if they want something, they're just gonna swallow it whole. Dog logic. But I know The Strangers 2 just came out. I didn't see it in the theater. I don't really know how like seeing a movie in a theater would go right now, just because I don't have too much visual acuity, and I don't want to waste like a car payment on going to see a movie that I may or may not be able to see. But I'll be honest, like, I'm not super into The Strangers. I wasn't really a fan of the first one. Didn't really enjoy it that much. I mean, it was good for what it was, but I just don't really like, I don't know. I like horror that isn't necessarily going to happen. Like a home invasion can definitely happen, and that's horrible. And there's no comedic element to it at all. Granted, like how I said with the babysitter, like it was funny, but it was a good funny with like mixed with the horror element. That could happen too. Not saying like there is or isn't a devil, but someone could definitely, try to sacrifice someone, and that sucks. But I don't really think I'm gonna go out of my way to watch it.
OCD horror just showed up and said, "Hey, Ray."
Hey, Chase. Did you? That's interesting.
What was the thing that was better than
Yeah. Without any spoilers, can you tell us if there was something specific you liked more? Like maybe it was the acting or the plot. There's some sequels I like better than the first. Like Evil Dead 2.
Yeah.
I liked that a little bit more than Evil Dead 1.
And Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
I like that better than
The Wampa. That shit was scary. That's a tauntaun. I like to use that anytime I can use that. Taking the dog outside. I thought these things smelled bad on the outside. Star Wars quotes are very popular in this house. Did Chase say any follow up to that?
Oh, here we go. The second is that's home invasion and more of a slasher.
Oh, nice. That's right up your alley.
Isn't realistic.
I might give in.
I think if you go without knowing it as a sequel,
maybe just seeing it as like its own standalone movie, just kind of shares the title, that kind of thing.
We've seen that with sequels. You see that like sometimes they do a completely different. I'm gonna use your favorite movie franchise for this, The Purge.
I hate The Purge.
Exactly. The only similarity between all the Purge movies
is that they suck.
Is the actual Purge. It's completely different. The first one dealt with I'm at home, people are trying to get in. The second one, now don't quote me on this. The second one, I believe the second one was the Purge that started and our car died on a bridge, and now we got to get home. And then the third one took like the political view of we need to protect her because she wants to end the Purge.
I don't know. I feel like the only time a purge is appropriate is when you're a hoarder and you need to get rid of things.
I actually like the premise of the fourth one. I don't know if there's a room where they're doing it, but they have like a purge island.
That sounds terrible.
It's like a great
it sounds like they're just grasping at ideas. You know what? No, next it'll be they're going to send them in space because that's where everything goes.
No, purge boat first and then purge.
No, fuck it. They don't even need to put them on a boat.
Because you know what? Speed went to a boat. You gotta keep this up. They're about to
The Earth isn't flat.
We're gonna go off the edge of the Earth. Oh my god. That would be the greatest thing ever. It's flat earthers.
Speed flat earthers.
Speed flat earthers. We're gonna put a bunch of flat earthers on like a Titanic cruise ship.
Now this is too many themes.
And we're gonna sail them. We're gonna
sail them. We're gonna boat their asses. We're gonna motorboat them.
We're gonna send them. And then when it comes fully around, and they go, "Oh, the Earth isn't flat." It's just going to be a better place.
The world is a great place.
Oh, there's a lot of 80s power ballads.
All right, I'm in. I love a good 80s power ballad.
Who doesn't?
We love 80s power ballads.
Meowdy.
That sells it for
me.
That's
all anybody gets to see
of me. Get out of here. Yeah. Sometimes that sells the movie for me is a good soundtrack.
Remember, my face will come on the channel.
Oh yeah. Apparently okay, girl. Apparently when I hit 1,000 subscribers, if that ever happens, Mr. Reanimator will show his face on screen. Thank you. Well, to be fair, I couldn't see anything. Oh, and this is a new laptop because we were hood rich when we got our tax return.
Because we paid and stupid student loan payments.
Oh my god, so many student loan payments.
Because we paid so much. Wonderful. What can you see? Can you see that?
No, but you can hear it.
Oh. Because my mom's a wonderful tax professional.
Yeah, she's pretty awesome. That was the exact conversation I was at.
Wow, he said the sound is great. Air supply.
Ooh.
Yeah, air supply.
Had me at air supply, Chase.
Wait, Chase is which one's Chase?
OCD horror.
No, which one's Chase? Chase was on the other night.
The gentleman with the black and white.
Yes. Love you.
You're pretty awesome.
Every time you watch stuff, I always peek in. I look at my phone. I'll look up.
Yeah, so just keep that in mind that there's a very large man just silently stalking you every time we cross paths. But please keep crossing paths with me because you're awesome. And I really, really, really enjoyed our conversation. I'm not trying to scare you away, but I'm just trying to
I look a lot meaner than
it doesn't look mean at all. That's a lie. No. Well, you can't be mean to me.
We don't have the liquor now, do we?
No.
I think it's the new laptop. I think that's the major difference. I think
let's not talk about this on here. That's not horror related. Or hood rich related. What do you guys buy with your tax return? That's completely ridiculous. I do. He's super supportive, especially with all
her to do this for like a year.
With all the stuff I've been going through medically. He's been, super supportive, and I do really appreciate that. Because who really wants to sit like this? Is not a big room we're in.
That's with me.
That's mean. I didn't say that. It's like this isn't like where you want to be hanging out on a Saturday night before you he's going to work after this. But because I can't focus enough to really look at a computer to get, everything set up, get everything logged in. There's no way I'd be able to read any comments by myself right now, like without having, no, even like having my face pressed up against the screen. It's just not happening. So he's being gracious enough to be my like moderator here and help me out, which I super appreciate and thank you. Yeah, but like I probably still wouldn't be able to see it or like turn the live stream on or turn the live stream off, which I appreciate the thought.
I don't know.
True. Instead of being like, oh, what? Anything pop up?
Nope.
Cool. You just want to keep reading. He's gonna get that put on like a plaque to put on his desk at work. But let me ask you some questions. What's your favorite horror subgenre?
Oh.
That's not a subgenre.
Oh,
that's a grunt.
See, as much as you love practical like effects and gore and stuff like that, I love a good hence psychological movie.
Oh, thank God. I thought you were going to be like something really heavy with CGI, and I was going to be like...
No.
No. CGI has a time and place if it's there to like supplement a practical effect.
I like CGI and yes, to supplement but also to prevent unnecessary injury or harm to a person or an animal. Like if you're gonna CGI kill a cat, I'm much more okay with than harming a cat.
Or you could just not do that to a cat.
But no, yeah, I love the psychological horror.
So give me an example.
My favorite movie, and you are not with Cry Wolf. And not only because it has Bon Jovi in it,
he's obsessed with
that's only part of it, as an Eastern PA boy growing up in the 90s. But no, it's just the psychological, like the premise of the movie. It's so believable, and it's the like you get to the end of the movie, and you get to the obvious ending. You're like, oh, and then it's just a hard left right at the end, and you're like, what the? And then they go back through the movie and show to you.
Hold your hand and be like, look, dumb, this is what you missed.
And everything in the foreground.
So
and you don't see what's going on behind.
So you like Bon Jovi, and you also like to be made a fool of. Mm-hmm. So you consider that more a psychological thriller than a slasher? Well, you just fucking ruined it for everyone. Yeah. Way to go. There's people that haven't seen it.
At the end of the movie,
you know what? Just you're ruining the movie.
The movie's so unpopular. There are a lot that are going to watch it and Google Cry.
This is shit.
They're like, where did this movie come out? Now, the funny, this is how old
your
the movie
hand
is.
Keeps popping in the frame. Stop.
This is how old the movie is. When the movie came out, there was a game.
When the movie came out, you got an alert on your pager.
Yeah. When the movie, no, it's almost as bad. When the movie came out, and there was a chat game. AOL is the message game associated with the game they played in the movie.
Was Bon Jovi in the chat room?
No.
Living on a prayer?
I wish. But no, it was in the movie they played like find the wolf game. Mm-hmm. And it's all about how good of a liar and how you how easy you can into thinking because a wolf gets picked at the beginning of the game,
Okay.
and you.
No, I mean I've seen the movie.
Yeah,
I've seen the movie because you made me watch the movie.
In the chat room, somebody gets picked as a wolf, and then the night comes and the wolf picks off one of the sheep, and then all the sheep get together at the beginning of the next round and try to pick out who's the wolf. You have to try to convince complete strangers that it's not you.
So that's the chat room game?
Yeah, that was the chat room game. But it was similar to the
Hello.
Simba.
It's the circle of life. It's an angry kitty cat.
Yes.
No, she's not. She's 10-second Mia. She's already like, hello, friend.
But yeah, it was. I really did enjoy that movie, the whole premise of the movie, and I like the M Night Shyamalan type twist, the blind.
What the twist?
Yeah, exactly. What the twist? The you don't see it coming twist. I love it when they do that horror movie. I also like it. My favorite kind of horror movie. This is really I like it when the bad guy wins. I love the non-happy ending. I love the fake happy ending. I cannot remember the last movie I watched that was like this, where you're like, oh look, that guy's gonna win happy ending, and then all of a sudden, and right in the face, bam, that guy wins. I love that movie. Or nobody wins.
That's the worst when nobody wins, and you're just like,
no.
I don't even know how to feel about that.
What was the movie with Brit and the guy from Thriller Park?
Would you rather?
Yes.
The ending of that was.
I mean,
you kind of like felt it coming, but when it did finally happen, you're just like, ooh, shit. There's a tiny cat headbutting my legs right now, jingling around. What was the first horror movie you ever saw?
The first horror movie I ever saw?
What did you like about it?
I love the terrible gore scene of like I don't want to say terrible like it's bad.
No. We all know it's amazing.
Like, the elevator scene when he's getting ripped apart.
Oh. When he goes up and like the doors open to the land.
Mm-hmm.
See, my favorite kill in that movie would have to be Captain Rhodes. He's just a dick, and everyone hates him, rightfully so. And Bub, that part's pretty dope. And the choke on him, like, can you get more metal than that? Like, you're literally being eviscerated by dead people, brought back to life for no logical reason, and you're yelling choke on him. That hardcore. Anything in the? I see a few things popping up.
Oh no,
She is not happy about this.
Just so he's only he said he's only ruined. He said the mic was small, so he's only ruined it for you because you like psychological stuff. I said yes.
Yes.
I mean, I will say no. I will watch story stuff getting ripped apart and stuff like that. I've seen stuff like that in real life, so it doesn't bother me. Eyes and toenails still bother me.
Ooh.
Eyes and finger or toenails.
So fingernails like that, like when they go to like grab something and it like and their fingernail comes off. That doesn't bother me as much at all. Oh, the fucking when he just cuts it off. He just like looks down and just cuts the tip of her finger off and puts it in his pocket or whatever. I love that happened in that. Like, for
in every horror movie you see like a little finger or the hand or something sticking out.
Yeah.
And you never think you think there's a
I've never thought that.
I thought that.
But I've been like, that's so, like, who's going to see it, really? Mm-hmm. But he was so thorough. He was just like, fuck that. Nip that in the bud right away. I'm not getting that creepy little finger out. I hate to admit how much I love that movie too. Like even before the supernatural thing, I loved the House of Wax remake. One because well mostly because of how disgusting things are.
Oh,
Like the one scene with Jared Padalecki's character when he's sitting on the piano bench. And like he's obviously like there's something fucking wrong with him. And his friend's like, what? And like pokes his face and it's just like chunk of him falls off and he's crying. And I'm like, stop. And he just keeps fucking touching his face. And you're like, no, just stop. But you know.
OCD horror. But I hate teeth. Oh, God.
Ooh.
He goes, I don't mind.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I feel you on that.
And it's always that one crunch sound when they use pliers to pull the teeth out in the movie, and you're just like,
And that's the thing. It sounds like.
I've only ever had teeth extracted under anesthesia, my wisdom teeth, under protest, because I was like, there's no way you can have too many teeth. That's not a thing. Sharks have a lot of teeth. I want a lot of teeth, but they stole them. I didn't let me keep them.
When they
Yeah, I have one of his teeth, and I'm going to turn it into jewelry.
put it in like a little vial.
I was gonna get it put in my head. No, I'm not doing that. That's disgusting. Yeah, the Mighty Ducks are up there. I got him the Mighty Ducks trilogy for his birthday or Christmas. I loved those movies. Ooh, you know what was my shit? The Three Ninjas.
Oh my God.
I love those movies. They were the best.
What were their names?
I don't remember. I think I still have one of the movies on VHS somewhere.
Yeah, I think you have your.
I think why aren't we watching that like right now? No offense, guys. Next reviews, The Three Ninjas.
Yeah, I love Heavyweights.
Oh my God, Heavyweights was so funny. And like,
it's even hard because I haven't seen them since I was a kid.
Yes. I wonder if they're even available on DVD. So the movie store that I've referenced a few times that I really like going to that I still need to redeem my free DVD from since I buy a lot of movies. There's a movie from my childhood that I was obsessed with called Sidekicks, and it has Jonathan Brandis and Chuck Norris. And it's amazing, I think. Like 10-year-old me really, really loved it. Really loved this movie. It was amazing. I never had what? Oh my God, with the inhaler is so like that's such a dramatic. Oh my God, yes. If I can get it, I'm going to somehow get a copy and send it to you because like everyone else is like, what? I've never heard of that movie. But it's like the most dramatic representation of asthma. And Chuck Norris is so badass in it. Like, say what you want to say about Chuck Norris, but he was the bomb in that movie and I loved him. And I asked the lady at the movie store, like, because they'll do special orders if you ask for it. And she's on her phone on Amazon or whatever. And she's like, yeah, that's like, what was it? Like 200 something for a VHS. And I was like, well, that's not happening. And could you not? I thought I had it recorded on a VHS from TV, but it was apparently I like taped the Family Values tour over it, which I really regret, and like choppy pieces of The Craft. Like I don't know, I don't know what I did as a teenager that I was just like, I'm gonna record a bunch of really weird shit on VHS and then find it years later when I get my hands on a VCR again and be like, when the actual fuck? Like, why would you? And also mourn the loss of Sidekicks. Hot Pocket. Hot Pocket.
The Cobra Kai trailer really makes me look like a jerk. Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
I am so excited.
Oh my god.
I love the premise. Turns. It literally turns like it flips everything. It
Yeah.
Cobra Kai, like he brings back Cobra Kai, helps him get bullied by a bunch of kids, and it turns Daniel into like they switch roles.
Well, I mean, there's that one. Isn't there's like a fan trailer on YouTube that kind of like there's a real trailer. I remember the fan one, and you watch it and you're like, he's kind of a dick. Yeah, yeah. He kind of is, though. He's kind of a dick.
If you get a chance to OCD, look at the why Daniels. I forget the actual title is, but this guy literally brings up a very good point as to why Daniel's actually the protagonist in that or the antagonist in that movie, not protagonist, and he brings up a lot of really good points. And you think about it, you're like, as a kid, you're rooting for Daniel. Now, as an adult, you're like, who kind of started it?
I was always just rooting for Mr. Miyagi because I loved him. Oh my god, what a treasure! Moriata? Mr. Miyagi? Pat, Mr. Miyagi? Mr. Miyagi.
Worst was greatest.
Didn't see it.
Greatest potential. Because they said, we're going to remake the Karate Kid. And everybody's like, we're going to make Jackie Chan. And you're like, okay, that's because they're like,
that's a cheap move.
Yeah, they're like, you're like, okay,
God damn it. Well, all right. I remember my best friend growing up. He's since passed away. He's not with us, but I fondly remember like watching a lot of movies with him. Like he was the first person I ever watched Starship Troopers with, and I loved it, and I still love that movie to this day. The last movie we ever got to see together was actually in the theater. It was Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. And I own that movie, and I actually don't know if I own that movie anymore. I may have gotten rid of it because I feel like I can't watch it because it makes me sad. Like he went out in a rough way. And I loved him very much, but like we would watch like Three Ninjas, Sidekicks, obviously Star Wars, like constantly quoting Star Wars, constantly like went as like Luke and Leia for Christmas or Christmas. What the fuck? We're a weird family. We're a cult. We dress up as Star Wars characters for Christmas. Yeah. Anyways, for like Halloween or like we dressed up as like the Phantom and Christine for Halloween because we were that cool. We were really cool kids. And I remember I don't know if it was his dad, because like his dad and my dad were really, really good friends. And my dad is super into Kung Fu movies, as was my grandpa. And I got my love of watching Westerns and Kung Fu movies from my dad. And I feel like my friend's dad also probably the same way. So just like a plethora of Jackie Chan movies. And like, oh my god.
One of the first movies we watched.
No.
What was it? Well, we watched I remember.
Was it Ung Bak?
Was it Ung?
We watched all the Ung Baks, then we watched Ip Man, all the Ip Mans. Love them. So freaking good. First movie I ever made him watch with me. Yeah. So it was the day I adopted my cat, my pride and joy, bring her home. And he's like, oh, blah, 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 let's hang out. And I was like, okay, cool. Like, I just got this cat. Come over and hang out. Comes over. It was, I guess that's like I don't know if that's considered a date or just hanging out. No. No. And I was like, oh, let's watch a movie. And I like to kind of, to feel people out, like really fuck with them to see if they can actually like, stick in this game and be a part of my life. So I was like, oh, have you seen The Human Centipede? And he's like, nah.
I didn't even know what the movie was about.
He had no idea what this movie was about. Goes into it completely blind. And the whole time, like, because I've watched it like 3 times before I made him watch it. Because I hate to admit how much I love these fucking weird movies. Like, the main creepy part about the Human Centipede to me was that German doctor and just how fucking angular he was. And he's like, the whole time and like asked him out. So I made him watch that, and I kept looking over at him like, dude, he's doing, he's just like, so this is a movie. Is it? He's probably thinking in his head like, is this the kind of shit this girl's into? Like, am I gonna wake up with my patellas gone? You know. And then I made him watch Hobo with a Shotgun. I love that movie, and the guy that plays Ricky from Trailer Park Boys is in it. That's a running theme. Like, we love the Trailer Park Boys so much. Well, he has like a really brief cameo in it, but I'm like, that's the guy from Trailer Park Boys, and you're like, I don't know what that is, but it's fine. It's Hobo with a Shotgun. I don't even know if that's on Netflix anymore. That was like 7 years ago, mayhaps. I can't remember. I also don't have like the best concept of a timeline. So, do you want to check the comments?
Mm-hmm.
I do see things like scrolling up, but it's just like blobs.
Actually, funny enough, the bass is actually hers, not mine.
This is mine.
They
and this is also mine.
They said somebody played the bass.
Who said that?
Josh, Matt Godfrey says that somebody played fucking bass.
I do play fucking bass, just not right now because I can't see. And they're probably not in tune right now, unfortunately. But this one, he is a Fender jazz bass. Because I wanted a P bass, but I've got these little hands, so I couldn't do a P bass. Also, my dream bass is a Rickenbacker, the same model that Lemmy played. If anyone, wants to donate that, I would like that. But they are fucking heavy as shit because I've played, like in Dave Phillips or Guitar Center or whatever. I have gotten to get my hand on it and play it, and the frets are pretty large, and it is very heavy. But it's beautiful, and I want the Tobacco Burst one. It's gorgeous. But this is my Fender jazz bass. His name is Ethan. And this is my Schecter. And I can't see the model right now. He's actually relatively new. He's beautiful. He has bats inlaid on his fretboard. No, it came like that. That's why I bought it. Kudish put there's a really nice mirrored pickguard on there. Beautiful. I love it. And I think this is the Damien model, but I named him Anton, like Anton LaVey, because I thought it would be cute. And he is very cute. And I have a all black violin in here. And obviously her name's Lenore because I'm a huge Poe fan. And I love her.
Better too, but don't play in bands anymore.
No, don't get rid of it. Do you still play it? Because you totally should. I have to hand off my charger. But I mean, I've never been in like a steady band. I've always wanted to, but the timing thing is really hard. I mean, like right now, it's not really hard because I'm not allowed to work yet, or go back to work, I should say. But that whole like not being able to like drive or do anything kind of puts a damper on things. But I still need to sell that huge amp I have, the PV, because it's like it comes up like I'm not like a super tall person by any means. Did I watch the movie? No. So the someone asked if I watched the latest My Little Pony. I did not. I remember like the old school. I watched the old school My Little Pony from what, like late 80s, 90s. That was cool.
God. Yeah.
But like my shit was the Care Bears. There was that one movie with, what was it, the Schmooze? It was like this purple shit that came into, and like you couldn't get it on you because it would do, I can't remember. I forget what the hell it did, but you couldn't get it on you because it would fuck you up. And Care Bear Stare and all that sort of thing. You know. But yes, Rickenbackers are amazing.
Oh.
Hey, bud. How did you like it? Are you going to do the live stream with Amanda on her channel Sundown?
Why does everybody say this?
What? Help. Send help. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm good. No, really, I'm good. He's here to help me out because I can't really, I had a vitreal hemorrhage a week ago and it's still really not resolved, so I'm having a hard time seeing. So he's helping out and reading comments to me, and he's definitely not pulling me against my will or anything.
It's pretty much the other way around.
It's totally the other way around. I got finger guns. Pew pew. Thank you. It sucks. And this isn't the first time it's happened. It has happened. This will be the third time in about, I guess, 3 months that it's happened. Like the first 2 times, I just couldn't see. Well, like what I do for my one job, I'm a medical assistant, and I couldn't see my computer screen to do a lot of like the in-basket work. So I was like this close to the screen. I'm like, fuck. But like I could see to drive for the most part. This time, however, it's like if I put my hand over my left eye, which really isn't my good eye, it's like wax paper. And I have so much nerve damage to my left eye from, I have a ongoing inflammatory disease with my eyes. And this one was first affected and has so much damage to it that I was really, this was my strong eye. And with this not being so great, and I have monovision from a cataract surgery. My strong, take my strong eye. So
you have OT heart and he's listening while he's playing a video game. What are you playing?
What are you playing, Chase? So he plays a lot of video games. I like to play Dance Dance Revolution and Just Dance. I love Time Crisis.
Yes. Every time. That was one of the first surprise. About where
we were at like one of the adult arcade places, and they had a Time Crisis, and I was like, oh my god, can we play that? You're just like, chill the fuck out. Or what, House of the Dead 4?
Yeah.
I love that one. I love the Terminator game because there's just like a giant Terminator on the top, just like, and you get just fucking shoot things, and it's awesome.
Let's see. Do you like serial killers?
What?
Yeah. OCD says. He goes, I have a question. Have you seen Zombie from 1979?
Yes. Yes, I have.
Yeah, she has. I remember that. Isn't that on Netflix right now?
Is it?
I thought I saw that on either Netflix or Amazon Prime or something. One of the streaming people added
Oh. Maybe it's Prime. Hell yeah. My sister was engaged to this guy whom I adore and love so much. We're still friends. We're really tight. He does all my tattoos. P.S. They're amazing. He does an amazing job. Love him. Yep. I have a matching one. The name of that tattoo shop is Amaryllis in Easton, Pennsylvania. P.S. Go see him. His name's Jay. But he had the zombie shirt, and I think he was wearing it one of the first days my sister ever brought him over to our house. Like, unfortunately, like for me, they're not together anymore. But fortunately for him, he did find the love of his life, got married, has kids. That's awesome. I'm so happy. But like that was one of my first memories. And like actually he did open my eyes to a lot more horror movies that I don't think I would have gotten to see as soon as I did. Like Zombie, he's the one that was like, you need to see this. You like Night of the Living Dead? This is called Return of the Living Dead, and then watch like everyone after that, and they're amazing. And like I definitely have to like give him like mad props. Like when they had the what?
I'm not even gonna justify that repeating what he said.
Okay. So I kind of want to know what he said, but hold on.
Yeah.
So for the Dawn of the Dead remake, when that came out, this friend I'm talking about, Jay, is also an incredible special effects artist, and he had made myself and himself and two of my friends all into zombies. And we got there late because he, did everything airbrush, and it looked so freaking cool.
Oh my god,
so awesome. We got there a little bit late, so we kind of got spread out in the theater. So we're like, one sitting here, there's two people between, one sitting here, and then there's like, we're staggered throughout the crowd. Just sitting there eating my popcorn, and I see this guy just like, what the fuck? Because the last thing you expect to see in the light of a theater is just a fucking zombie munching on some popcorn. But it was so cool. Right. I want to know what the troll said. I'm very curious.
Yeah, Jen. All right, OCD Heart says, I Killed Giants yesterday, and Highway today. Says, I Killed Giants was okay, but a Monster Calls and it had much in common.
Oh. Eh. Meh.
You says, do you like LGBTQIA plus horror movies? Oh, yes, I would love if you could name a few for us.
Yeah, I don't know that I'm familiar with so many.
Yeah, because
yeah.
Right, so.
Personally, me, I'll go there. I don't identify as anything. I love who I love, no matter what they are.
Okay. All right, I got lesbian, gay, bi, trans. What's a Q?
Queer.
Oh, okay. I is an A is a.
Yeah.
What's the plus?
Plus size. I don't know.
Yeah.
And up. I don't know.
I think
plus any other.
Maybe plus any other way
you Yeah, I mean, do you, boo? Doesn't matter how, if you label, if you don't label, who you love, who you don't love. Hopefully you love more people than you don't love, and you love cats, because I love cats. I love cats. I love cats. I love every kind of cat. He didn't like cats, apparently, when we started dating until he met my cat. And I know this is something that every cat owner says. I
didn't even see your previous comment. Let me screw up.
Hold on. Every cat owner says, like, but my cat's not like every other cat. Well, my cat isn't like every other cat. She's awesome. Lucio Fulci.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he says, remember the eyeball scene?
Oh!
That's the comment. I didn't even see it. I completely missed that comment.
The one horror con I went to, it was a panel of like the guy that did the Crypt Keeper's voice, Robert Englund, Derek Mears. Crap, I can't remember the guy that played the new Michael Myers. I can't remember his name. Tyler Mane, and he's massive, and Kane Hodder. And it was a whole panel, and they were like, playing clips from movies before they all came out. And it was like really well-known kills. So there was like from City of the Living Dead, the part with like when the priest comes out of nowhere and the girl starts vomiting like her entire intestinal tract out of her mouth, and people are like, "Oh!" And then it's so cool. And then there's like the cat door scene from Scream when she's like halfway through and people are like, oh, and then out of nowhere, you know that scene's coming because the girl's at the door and the zombie's just like, fuck you, and like pulling her onto the splinter, and everyone went silent. And you could just hear people like turning green and they're like, and like everyone was like laughing and like ha 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 before, and then people are just like, oh no 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 no, like no matter what, like that shit fucks you up. There's also a scene, is it The Beyond maybe? There's an eye gouge scene that's disgusting.
Listen, if you want to go for the most brutal eye gouge scene probably in any show, was, I don't know how they did this. I remember Sons of Anarchy, where they melon balled Bobby's eye out, and then Jack's gonna hold of the guy like in like the next season or like later in that season, and like fingers scooped his eyeball out of his head.
You haven't seen anything. God. You need to see this one.
No, I couldn't believe they put that.
I mean, yes, it is the Beyond. So, also another thing that I loved about my friend that I was talking about, the tattoo artist, he had a Ford Festiva, tiny little Ford Festiva, and he had a Fulci You Live sticker on the bumper, and I was like, yeah. He's like, oh, like I enjoyed definitely that movie got such a visceral reaction out of literally everyone that's ever seen it. Like no one's been like, that was tame. They're just like, oh my god. We're all traumatized and we can all share that trauma. Yeah. No, it is though. Raise your hand if you feel personally victimized. Right here. That's where it hurt me. I still feel it. It's you still gotta love it though. It's the classic.
Is just laughing at other TV's pain.
Oh. Sometimes you gotta laugh through your pain. No. No, never. We know you're cool people.
Oh, fine. And we're pretty much convinced that separated.
It could be like a Parent Trap situation.
But he's from Mississippi. He's super southern.
Yeah. Brian's not super southern at all.
The Beantown.
The Beantown. Hey, question for you. What's the most fucked up movie you've ever watched with me?
Oh, God.
On a scale from
the Human Centipede.
On a scale from Human Centipede to It Follows. Because you were pretty fucked up after It Follows.
It Follows is what I love. You turn it off.
Well, the whole time we're watching It Follows, I'm like, is that pee? Are they peeing on them? Is that what's happening? And he's like, shut the fuck up. Like, I'm not freaked out by the fact that there's some like essentially faceless, harbinger of death following you. I'm like, they're peeing. Sexually transmitted curse by urine. Possibly the most disgusting way you could do it. Like, other than like shitting in your hand and just being like, oh. That's a good premise for a movie. Actually, it's not. Please don't do that. That's disgusting. You're better than that. Oh. The dad jokes.
Now it follows. Like, and I love for me the movie like it freaks you out a little bit.
Yeah. Well, the
I
way
like
it's shot and the soundtrack and everything really, really added to it. Sexually transmitted demon.
yeah, I think for pure shock was definitely human centered.
You're welcome.
Just because it was just it blindsided me so bad.
How much did you reconsider coming to my house?
Almost left and never came back.
That's so funny. What made you stay? You're nasty. So.
But yeah, it follows when like, when I say I like this the psychological thriller, it doesn't mean I don't appreciate it. I love the tradition. I love yelling at the TV going, "Don't go back to that house, you dumbass."
Or like they'll run upstairs and you're like, why?
Why are you going upstairs?
Yeah.
That was the one with the turkey baster one, right?
No. Don't Breathe is the turkey baster one. Hush is the one where she's deaf and also can't speak. That one was great.
I thought that was made so well.
Yeah.
Because they could have made you feel right?
Yeah. Because they made you feel she was deaf.
No, because they could have done it cheaply.
Yeah.
Had you be able to hear everything when you were, because you were like in the movie from her.
Well, no, like at some point,
the guy's like walking behind her, and you're like, "Oh my God, he's right behind you! Look!" And you realize
the end was more from her point of view, where you couldn't hear anything. The rest of it, you could hear stuff, like the scene where the neighbor was outside getting murdered.
Yeah,
and he's like, and like is banging on the wall and like, oh, look, oh, she's deaf. Oh, this will be easy. Nope.
I love like like, are you freaking kidding me? I'm out here murdering somebody. I'm scared. Yo, hello, pay attention to me.
Excuse me.
All right, OTT horror. No, it said he'll never make another horror because it gave him too much anxiety. Understandable. Yeah. But his follow-up is a conspiracy movie. Figure that one out.
Huh.
What conspiracy movie?
Yeah.
Me a good conspiracy.
He loves conspiracy theories.
I love conspiracy so much.
I like Shane Dawson's conspiracy.
I like the Mandela.
He did the Mandela effects. He did a few segments on that. Yes. You guys like Shane Dawson? I like Shane Dawson. If you want. I love Shane Dawson. Yeah, right.
No, yeah, I love.
No, yeah. I love the Sinbad one. The Sinbad one. There's a Mandela effect that we all, like everyone our age, which we're not going to talk about, thinks that there's a genie movie with Sinbad. There's a genie movie with Shaq. Correct? Shazam. Hello.
What?
But there is not one with. Maybe he was on like he had a part on a show, perhaps.
I think
he was a genie. He does. Well, he did kind of dress like a genie. Wasn't Sinbad in that one episode of It's Always Sunny when was it Dennis goes to like this mental ward and it's like Sinbad and the guy from Matchbox 20? Ah. Did you see it? Is it any good? I'll be honest, I probably like that's not my bag so much. Like I'll try to watch movies I'm not super into. Like I've got weird taste. Like what was it? 10 Things I Hate About You?
Mm-hmm.
That was on earlier, and I walked through the living room, and I was like, oh, shit, yeah. Or, like, Not Another Teen Movie. I'm so into that. I'm losing all credibility. I love spoof movies.
Oh, that's so
The worse they are, the more I want to watch them. Like, I can't stop, and I won't stop because I love them. And I'm aware of, like, their complete garbage. But, like, I'm itchy. I never watched She's All That, but I'll watch Not Another Teen Movie because it's a spoof. And, like, I get the feeling of the movie. Not Another Teen Movie is gold. If you grew up with those movies, you know. I don't know that it would be so translatable into the movies now, translatable into the teenagers now. They might not get it. Not Another Tide Pod. I'm pissed about that. You know, like how convenient those things are. What? What is that? Yes.
But then it says, spoiler alert, she was.
She was? Shit! Well, he did say spoiler alert, so I can't be mad. But thank you. It's what you take glasses off and you take a ponytail down, and they're not wearing overalls, and then they're just like.
That's from not.
I know.
That's all.
And there's paint on her overalls, and she has a ponytail, glasses. I'll be honest, I don't even know why I'm wearing my glasses because they're not doing shit. But I don't know, they make me feel good. No one can tell that I'm Superman right now because I have my Clark Kent glasses on. You have the jingling of a tiny cat in the hallway. How long have we been going? What is the... Bueller?
A movie later, not a hit.
True. I don't think I ever saw Josie and the Pussycats. I really can't. I can't say much because. Well, what year was that? What year was that? You boy, what day is it? I asked for Spice World on DVD when I was like 20 for a Christmas present from one of my roommates, and she got it for me, and we fucking watched it, and I loved it. Okay. That's not bad. I'm Brian. Thank you guys. The horror show. Bunch of random asked questions about My Little Ponies and what was something about porn? That's fine. It's fine. I have a thick skin. I really don't give a shit. All right, I'm in. That's all you had to say.
I forgot about the boy band.
Is the boy band?
There's a boy band that popped in
Shaking the world here. Okay. Just have a power cord across my legs. You guys like the Misfits? Because I've got a million Misfits tattoos. All over here. I have a Jerry only. A casket with some shit. There's something back here that's going to be hella awkward for me to show you.
Yes, Seth Green is in the boy band. I forgot.
All right. I'm 100% into watching this. Really?
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
That's a real thing?
Yeah, no, it's not a real boy band.
No, I mean like that's a real thing that they put in a movie. That's pretty surprising. Well, like you could get away with a lot more shit in that time. Meow. Tiny Cat has returned. You guys like cats? Look at this beautiful cat. She hates it.
Yeah, your fans want to see you.
This beautiful specimen of cat. Okay, bye. Oh, she's still in your chair.
Oh, she can.
Every chair is Mia's chair.
Yes, that's very.
So, what are you guys' guilty pleasures? Or not even like I said before, like there's no guilty pleasure. There's only pleasure because you should just own your shit. If you like something, you should like it. You know? I always feel like there's such a negative connotation. Like you're apologizing for liking something that makes you, happy or makes you feel a certain way. But if we're looking at it like, what's something that's like really left field that people wouldn't expect that you like? Like maybe like you're really super into horror movies, but you secretly love Spice World, like me. It's fine. You gotta spice up your life. If you want to be my lover, you gotta like the Spice Girls, I guess. Not really. He doesn't like the Spice Girls, but they're awesome. I want to see them on tour if they go on tour. Travis gets so mad. She goes, meow. So, I'm trying to think if there's any other, what?
No, nothing. No more comments.
Making faces at me. One just popped up.
Oh, hold on.
Hold on.
It says off topic. The zombie subtitles in Return of the Living Dead were hilarious.
Were they good? I need to get my hands on this copy of Return of the Living Dead to find the zombie subtitles.
Anthony Cole says you're awesome.
You're awesome, Anthony Cooley. Thank you. I feel like that's definitely a movie I could just rewatch to death over and over and over again and just always love it. Just I had to be on a desert island and have a handful of movies, that would definitely be one of them. But I feel like
how would you play it?
I would have a generator of infinite power. It would have solar panels so I could watch movies. Because if I was stranded somewhere, I'd be pissed I couldn't watch movies.
Mm-hmm.
First world problems, But I'm trying to think of what other movies. One of my favorite non-horror movies would have to be Mystery Men. I don't know that that's a super well-known movie anymore. It featured the Smash Mouth song All Star, and I love it. I love everything about that movie. I remember my dad getting me the VHS for, I don't know if it was for the hell of it, like we were at Blockbuster or something, and I was like, oh my god, I love that movie. And I ended up just killing the VHS from watching it so many times, and then he ended up getting me the DVD, I think somewhere down the line when DVDs started getting really popular, and that was super awesome. Like just every character in that movie is completely ridiculous, and I love it. And I'm a huge fan of superhero movies in general. So that was kind of before they really, I think, got popular, other than like Superman, Batman kind of thing, like before the huge Marvel stuff started coming out. And always kind of likened it to that, like my love. Very awesome. And you're back.
Says, who thought The Strangers 2 was horrible? I did. He says, Comic Book Girl 19 doing a book club on Watchmen on her channel.
Ooh. The Watchmen are definitely dope. Oh. I used to be way more into comics than I am now. Like I used to be, I love Tank Girl, Walking Dead comic book, which makes it hard to really enjoy the Walking Dead actual show. But whatever.
Watch it with you, enjoy it.
Yeah. I remember the first time I read the whole run of Preacher and how much I loved it and how I loved how they really didn't hold anything back. That was really refreshing. Like in regards to being like super attacky with religion, they really didn't hold anything back. And our space was hilarious and disgusting, but hilarious. Very very sad I don't have those anymore, but I dated someone that worked at a comic book shop and I had the hookup for a while. And then the hookup turned out to be a douchebag. So, you know.
I like Mr. Remount a lot.
Yes!
Ruffalo and her presents bowling ball was great, as well as the guy who would only turn invisible if no one was.
Your baby bowler. Oh my god. Oh, what was that guy's name? He's one of the disco boys. Shit. That's gonna bother me. A Swamp Thing reboot. I mean,
with all the technology, it'll be CGI.
Yeah, they probably would CGI it to death, and they'd probably make it like way more serious than I feel like it should be.
Put a guy in a ghillie suit. Help on him.
Yeah, ghillie suits are the best. I don't know. I have a hard time with remakes because I'm just so nitpicky about them. Yeah, it's really hard to live up to the original. I mean, like if it's like definitely slated as a reimagining, that's a little easier. Like Evil Dead, they were, talking about it when it first was going to be released that, oh, this isn't going to have Ash in it. There's going to be no Ash character. This is not going to be like frame for frame the same thing. Anyways, but I liked it. I liked the Evil Dead remake because of the different topics it covered, like not only the demonic force, the Deadite thing, but also, the drug addiction thing, which is also a demon that is hard to fight. Can you check the comments for me? I saw them moving. Are you gonna sneeze on my cat?
No, she's poking you.
Oh. You don't sneeze on cats.
I don't think they would be able to do Swamp Thing. His comments are super tricky.
Maybe that's for the best if just like they wouldn't be able to, well, I mean, they'd probably try to reboot Tank Girl, but like those comics, like sometimes the writers just write you into like a fuck you space where you can't come back from it and they destroy the earth and all that shit.
Is so right on this. He says, do you think that Hollywood is fresh out of ideas?
Yeah.
Are we fresh out of horror ideas and concepts? Redoing the sequels and prequels and reboots?
Most likely.
I think the problem is, a lot of they're going back to the well. They're going back to the same people over and over again, and they're out of ideas. They're not expanding out to enough into like people who. I feel like there should be like a Sundance Film Festival for horror movies. Like,
I think there is.
It's not big enough.
Well, no, it's not big enough because people like to shit all over this genre and not take it seriously as like actual filmmaking.
And nobody like small guy it was a small guy with an original idea. Chance. You never know. You could create an entire genre from it, just like they did with those, Blair Witch Project. I'm
not a huge fan of the found footage.
The
cinema verite thing and like the shaky cam just turns my stomach a little bit. Like some of it is good, but it still makes me nauseous as hell.
We met with the big powder.
I wasn't a huge fan of Paranormal Activity. I felt like I went to see it with two girls I worked with at the time and sat between them. And I knew exactly when every single jump scare was going to happen and just screamed like when I knew it was going to happen. There's like popcorn and Skittles flying everywhere. And it was great for me. It was probably shit for everyone else in the audience, but like they just made it so like formulaic. I don't know. I just couldn't get into it. And I couldn't get into any of the subsequent movies for that reason. And I hate fucking jump scares because they cheap, you know.
So, Anthony, you like Eli Roth?
Unpopular opinion. I do like Eli Roth.
Do you like his?
I think it's gross. I think it's definitely his own thing, the whole torture porn. You know, he was one of the forerunners of it.
What's the movie you that you watched? The political subline.
Green Inferno.
That one.
Yeah. Unpopular opinion.
I liked it.
I liked it too. I also really liked Cannibal Holocaust, you know, except for the animal parts. But I feel like it was an interview in Fangoria maybe with Eli Roth, and people were saying that they were pissed off, you know, with Hostel specifically, how they kept like saying, oh, this is gay, that's gay. It's like, well, you're so insensitive. And he's like, the thing that I find interesting is that you're focusing on that aspect of it, and not so much the aspect of we're blowtorching this girl's eyeball, which I mean, I also understand that that's not a term that should be thrown around. It's not acceptable at all. But I liked Green Inferno. I really liked Cabin Fever. I liked everything I read about it beforehand, saying that the premise of the movie was he was like a farmhand, I believe, and ended up contracting a skin infection that had the characteristics of like a necrotic skin infection, which is where he got like the whole infection part in the actual film from. And I thought that was super interesting. I loved the way it was shot. I liked that Ryder Strong from Boy Meets World was in it. And is apparently super hairy, which I didn't really see that one coming. That was kind of gross. But I like that it was like that's how young adults did talk to each other in that time period. Unfortunate as it is, and as dumb as they sound, you know what I mean? There's no excuse for writing it that way other than that's how he heard them talking, which, you know, times change. People get better, hopefully. But I mean, I liked the first Hostel because it was a completely, you know, new concept that there were these fucked up rich people paying to essentially just like torture and kill random people that they sneak up on in Eastern Europe. I think the second one, I'm trying to remember. It's been a long time since I've watched any of the sequels. I feel like they probably did get weaker as they went on, which is kind of with that kind of movie or like the Saw movies. Unfortunately, that seems to happen a lot, at least in my opinion. But I do like him. I liked him a whole lot in Inglourious Bastards as the Bear Jew. That was awesome. I loved it. I thought he did really well. He's a pretty imposing figure in that movie, you know. I know a lot of people just discredit his work based on the torture porn thing, but I feel like, you know, there's certain like subgenres of horror that come through that's definitely one that he did pioneer, to say. Maybe we'd be better without it, but who knows? I mean, you have to give everything its fair shot, I suppose.
What's your favorite Tarantino movie?
Oh shit, I freaking love Tarantino. So the cat that my dad has, after my mom moved out, my older sister was working at a vet clinic, and they were essentially like, there's a cat there that they, you know, had a botched surgery, and the owners just wanted to put him to sleep. And my dad was like, you let me know when to pick up my cat and I'll be there, like paid for like everything. He's an amazing, amazing man. And I got to name the cat, and I named him Mr. Pink because I wasn't allowed to name him Mr. Blonde because my dad said he didn't want to come home and have, the cat dancing around a police officer with his ear cut off. But oh my God, that's so freaking hard. I definitely love, like, you gotta love Pulp Fiction. You gotta love Reservoir Dogs. That's so hard. Like anything he's associated with or any Tarantino movie. Like Four Rooms. That movie's badass. What he did with Robert Rodriguez. Dusk Till Dawn. Jackie Brown, yeah.
Jackie Brown.
Good choice. Pulp Fiction is just such a fucking solid movie. It's so good. Did you watch Four Rooms with me?
No.
I watched this years ago, like probably when I was a teenager. I have it somewhere if you want to see it. It's really good. Really good. Nothing? Cool. My cat's name is Mia, which is funny because that was her name in the animal shelter. But I thought that went along with our Tarantino-esque, pets. I definitely did like, did he do Planet Terror or did he do the other one? I can't remember. I love both of those movies for Grindhouse. I love Tarantino like himself. Like, he's so fucking weird. His character in, like, any movie he's in, but definitely the one. Death Proof. Yep, that was it. I have, like, a literal, like, movie posters in the hallway for Death Proof, but again.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And he's doing a Charles Manson film now.
Oh, shit. That's going to be fucking weird. Like a Helter Skelter thing he's doing, I would assume.
Mm-hmm.
That whole situation's a little fucked up, obviously.
Isn't somebody from the Manson family coming up on parole?
There's always someone from the Manson family coming up on parole, and there's always... She's not going to get it. Because it's the sister of... oh my God, mind fart. What's her name? It's her sister that goes to every single hearing and is like, nah, bitch, you're not getting out. Sharon Tate's sister or cousin or something. She's like, no. Like, there's no way they should ever be let out anyways. Like, you fucked up. Big time. There's no reason. No. And I love true crime stuff so much. I remember asking for the Encyclopedia of Serial Killers for many, many years for a Christmas present and never getting it. And then I think it was my dad that was kind of snuck it past my mom and was like, and it was amazing. And I loved it. Not like it was amazing because it's I like to think about the psychological aspect, the nature versus nurture type of stuff. I think that's pretty interesting. Like what happens to someone that they do things like that.
Anything to think about people and their encounters around their Manson murders and how it affects their life.
Oh, that's interesting.
I think either would be a good movie.
I think that might be a better movie if it's about the people around it. Because there's already a bunch of like Helter Skelter-ish movies, like documentary, but like not documentary movies with actors.
Yeah, we get it. Actually, the really cool thing is Brad Pitt and another A-list actor are in the movie.
No,
they're not main characters. They're literally just the neighbors. And they play Sharon Tate, the neighbors in it.
Gotcha.
And it's like it's again, but not like main characters. They're not main characters. They said
yeah.
And they're like, yeah, I'll be in a Tarantino movie, of course. You never know what you're gonna do in it.
He was in a Tarantino movie.
Yeah, Inglourious Basterds.
I feel like I've had it with Brad Pitt ever since World War Z. Like, he got my vote with Interview with the Vampire, and then he lost me with World War Z. Because that movie sucked dicks. Like a whole bag of dicks. And I hated it. That was the one we went to see at the drive-in, and I passed out in the middle of it and woke up, and I was like,
You woke up.
That does sound like me. It did, though. It was horrible, and I think they're still making a second one, or they did make a second one. I just like blotted that out of my mind. Like, I don't want to know anything about it. I just don't care. It sucks. You know.
World War Z. I walked out of the movie theater, so he's there with me.
Who said that? Oh shit. I wish I could have walked out, but it was a drive-in and it's a really long way to get home.
That was a long walk. You would have really been making a point there.
Yeah. What was the last movie I fell asleep to at the drive-in was The Mummy. And I remember like being awake.
We all fell asleep.
It was me and Mr. Reanimator, and then our neighbors were in the back seat. And I remember the point where like the plane goes down and Tom Cruise wakes up in the morgue, and that's all I remember. And then I woke up and it's that dude from New Girl going something about him being dead, but he's not dead. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I had to pee, and I woke everyone up because I opened the door and the light went on. But like, I feel like I didn't miss too much within that time. Yeah, we all unintentionally took a nap. I've heard that movie's terrible though. I still kind of want to see what I missed, but I'm like, yeah.
David Fincher is supposed to.
I mean, I read the book. Like, I feel like that guy. I read the book a really long time ago. And like, I read the zombie survival guide, and then I read the book, and I was like, that's pretty cool. And then I saw the movie, and I was like, well, obviously I fell asleep. So, I mean, you know, I can't get excited for it. And I should see it anyways, just to give it, you know, a fair shot. But I also just really don't want to see it. He goes, it doesn't deserve it. It could. I don't know. I guess everything deserves a fair shot. It's just up to your discretion. Whether or not, like, you have that kind of time to possibly waste or invest, maybe. However you think about it. Who knows? How long has this been going on? My throat's starting to hurt. That's what she said.
Between the babysitter review and the hurt.
How long has this been going on? Nice. I think there was another comment pop up. On it.
Says, would you like to see a Freddy Krueger movie before he got all burned up?
Nah. No. I mean, no. I want to say I would, but like a waking daydream on night. Wait, a waking daydream on Elm Street. I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I don't think I would, to be honest, because Robert Englund wouldn't do it. Like, homie's got time now to relax and not be Freddy. And I don't expect him to be Freddy, but I also don't want anyone else to be Freddy because I'm a selfish bitch. And, you know, I hated the remake. But, I mean, it could be cool, but it's also like, you know what that slasher's supposed to live up to. And that's a pretty high bar. So, I don't know. I personally don't think I would enjoy it.
Kevin Bacon, yes.
Kevin Bacon
playing Freddy Krueger before he got burned up. Yes. Love it, Anthony. Love it. I love Kevin Bacon. I love Footloose. That's
the only reason why you like Kevin Bacon. You should be guilty of that.
No, because I like both.
You should be guilty of that. You should feel so guilty. You shouldn't even make eye contact with me when you say that.
Footloose. I love that movie.
Anytime fucking Footloose is on, or like Drumline, or Step Up, or some dumb shit like that, and he's like, could we not watch this? Or like Fast and the Furious. I don't give a shit about those movies. You know what they are? It's Point Break with cars. That's it. Fucking watch Point Break. It's a way better movie. Well, that's lame. You don't like Keanu? You don't like Keanu Reeves?
Keanu Reeves is
I know. I don't remember the name of it, but I know.
The Replacements.
The Replacements, I knew that.
I also love sports movies.
I like some sports movies. I like the parody sports movies a whole lot.
The comebacks. Oh my god. It's such a great movie.
It is good.
You just like spoof movies.
I fucking love spoof movies. They're funny and they're stupid. If you're having a bad day, you don't want to think about your movie. You just want to giggle at dumb shit. I'm not wrong. You know I'm not wrong. Sometimes you just need that. In Spice World. Because Spice World. I'm trying to think of another movie I'm kind of ashamed of liking. Cabin Boy. It's a fucking stupid movie. I might have the last existing DVD of that. Balls of Fury. That's such a good movie. Or as we say in China, Ping Pong.
Anything with
Oh my god, anything with Christopher Walken. No, I'm not guilty, but I feel like I should be like the tiniest bit ashamed that I love him so much. What?
Anthony. He's ashamed that he loves 16 Candles.
Do not be ashamed of that. That's a good movie. That's at least like a quality movie. I like shitty movies. It is Breakfast Club Day. Is there? What is that?
Says
John, is that what it says?
No, this is Anthony Kolick. The kids, every time Anthony swears, it blocks his.
Oh no, that's fine. Keep swearing. I like swearing.
Kevin Bacon is the shit. That's right. That's right.
Ooh, I have all of the. I have all of the CKY, like Bam Margera and his dumb friends. I have all of that on DVD. I have Robin Big on DVD. What the hell else do I have the animated Clerks on DVD, and it's like fucking liquid gold, and I love every goddamn reference I can possibly make to that series because it is not well known enough, and I love Kevin Smith. What else do I have?
Secret of the Nim.
Secret of Nim is not a guilty pleasure. That's a masterpiece. I was telling my neighbors last Monday, we go out for wings every Monday with them. And I forget how it even got brought up, but I was like, have you seen The Secret of Nim? It's real fucked up, but it's animated and you're going to love it. And she's like, oh, I'm like, but it's kind of fucking scary. Like, as an adult, I'm still kind of like the owl part. Like, I love owls. The owl's like fucked up. Do we have Cry Wolf? You know, when when Hollywood Video and Blockbuster went out of business, I literally just went in and started buying movies based on cover art or if they looked cool, which I guess could be the same thing. But like I'd be walking out with like fucking stacks, like stacks and stacks on stacks of movies. And that was probably, is that a Blockbuster or a Hollywood Video movie?
No.
It probably is though. I don't think you do. I buy the movies in this relationship.
No, I think
So just like I accumulated a lot of real shitty movies, which then the movie store I've referenced like 9,000 times. You can bring movies in and trade them in for store credit, or you can get money in. Like the first time the lady was like, well, I'll give you this much money. I was like, how much are you going to give me in store credit? And she's like, oh, all right, I'll double it in store credit. I was like, bitch, you have a deal. I'm in. Like I will trade these shitty movies to take some more shitty movies. Uh-huh.
Who do you think was the best heroine? Nancy Thompson or Alice from NOES 4?
Oh shit. Oh fuck. I kind of feel like Alice. Alice was a little more badass.
What?
Nightmare on Elm Street 4. What do you think? Do you remember Nightmare on Elm Street 4? We'll watch them. I have the box set up yonder.
Was 4 Dreamwalkers?
There's no Dreamwalkers.
Oh, what is it? Dream Warriors.
That's
My bad. Dreamwalkers are people supernatural.
Oh shit! It is a supernatural thing. High five.
Which one was 4? Alice was who played Alice?
What the fuck's her name? It's not. She's blonde. I forget her name.
What else is she in?
I can't remember. You put me on the
spot. Help us out, Anthony. Lisa Wilcox. Yep.
I was gonna say Patricia Arquette, and I'm like, nah, no, that's not right. I think there's blocked stuff up here on the screen.
God.
Fuck yeah. Was it just like fuck, fuckity, fuck, fuck, fuck? I probably did. Like she's really chill. She's probably like late 60s, and she's got really long, like really badly dyed blonde hair. But she's my people. Like I love this bitch, and like, cause she'll have like shit Disney VHS up in the windows and be like, oh, that's $300. And I was like, you out of your fucking mind? No one's gonna buy that. And she's like, but they might. Like that's how we talk. Or like if I'm looking for something specific, I don't really want to tell her what it is because usually it's pretty fucked up. Like I want to get my hands on a copy of a Serbian film. I've seen it before. I know what it's about. I watched it with 2 friends. And my one friend said, the reason I picked to watch this with you and you is because you're the only ones that would handle this. And I was like, oh my God, thank you. You know, but like after watching the movie, I'm like, oh my God, thank you. You know, but I don't want to tell her what I'm looking for and have her like actually look into it and be like, you need to never come the fuck back into my store.
You're a bad person.
You're a terrible person. You need Jesus in your life. You need to get the hell out of here. And she'll throw holy water at me and make me buy that really expensive, shitty Disney VHS that isn't worth that much money. That's not how it works. That's like all a big fucking lie. I'm passionate about my Disney VHS. I'm not actually. I don't really care. But yeah, I feel like when she sees me come in, she's just like, ooh, I'm gonna make some money today. Because she is. Let's be real. I still kick myself for not buying the combo pack of The Howling and The Howling 2. Only bought The Howling. And I can't find 2 on like any other platform, so I need to get back there and buy it because I need that shit. I've watched like literally every sequel. I was sick, like legitimately sick, not like my eye broke last month, and watched The Howling that I have on DVD, the special edition. And then found out that like 3 through I don't even know what are on Prime, and there's an actual remake of The Howling, which is bullshit, and don't watch it because it's bullshit. But like I couldn't find 2 anywhere, so I need to go back, and probably I should just trade in my copy of The Howling to get the 1 and the 2 because it makes more sense.
Anthony says.
Oh no, they have The Howling on Amazon.
No.
Oh, The Howling 2. Shit. Yeah. Unless I think you find it in a combo. You're probably not going to find it because I couldn't find it anywhere. No. I mean, yeah. I kind of like how ridiculous the Friday the 13th franchise got. I loved it. I hate to admit that. Like, Yes, I fucking love Jason X, and I will not be ashamed to say that because it's amazing and like like the what do you call it? You can't find the original Phantasm? That's a tough one. I don't even think I've looked for that one. I think I have it, and I haven't watched it recently because it scares me.
Oh, go back to it. All you had was Nightmare on Elm Street 4, Alex, everybody remembers and she was badass, so much better than
Nancy held her own though. Nancy held her own.
Nancy
though.
is one of the luckiest characters in the history of horror movies. I feel like Nancy had to grow to be what Alex was from the beginning.
Well, you know what? Some people aren't born strong and they have to adapt.
So, yeah.
You know what? That's fucked up. And I don't need that kind of negativity here. I feel personally attacked.
That's one of the things I like the name. I just didn't like it.
In what?
Or in the Nightmare. I just didn't like
I'm
it.
triggered. Triggered. Triggered.
Like that. I just did not like that.
I think, you know, the personal growth that she had to like not die, essentially. What kind of face are you making right now? Okay. I love Kickboxer. This stuff. You can say all the shit you want about the Mario Brothers movie, but I fucking love that movie. I love Dennis Hopper in that movie. Come on. Judge Dredd's bomb. Freaked his bomb. Pumpkinhead's bomb. And Deadpool's awesome.
Urban Legend. Love that.
I just watched Urban Legend, last summer? I was never allowed to watch scary movies as a child. Ever. Or as a teenager. I think I started to actually watch them. I was maybe like 16. Like to the chagrin of my mother. My dad, like very, very cool. Never like cock blocked me from watching horror movies. Like, dude watched Scanners with me when I was way too young. Maybe not like the best idea, but he's super awesome. No. So I didn't get to watch Urban Legend. I got to watch Scream. Like my childhood friend was like house sitting for a neighbor, and they were super rich, and they had like a home theater set up, and I got to watch Scream in a fucking home theater thing, and this house had like spiral staircases, and after we watched the movie, we all got super paranoid, and we're like rolling around on the ground and like hiding behind things with like Nerf guns. Like in case, Ghostface would show up, we could give him like a wicked hickey with one of those suction cup things that comes out of a Nerf gun. Logic. 12-year-old logic.
Anthony says.
Yeah, but she's human. She's allowed to have moments of weakness. I have moments of weakness called the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Oh, OCE Horror said they remastered Phantasm shortly after The Force Awakens. Remastered it in his downtime, so it should be easy to find.
Nah.
It says, I can't wait for a quiet place.
It does.
The Late Horror Show has just popped in.
Hey, Dino. I'm pretty, well, no, they should have, they should have like a whole collection. I'm so sorry for that sound. They should have a whole collection for Phantasm since Ravager came out. They do. I'd look out for that one because I like to have things in a set because I'm lazy. Not because I'm lazy, because I don't want to lose them. No, fucking lazy. But like it's easier that way. Like I want to get the full run of Chucky. Or the full run of Chucky. I want the full run of Child's Play, but like if they make another one, do I have to buy another set? Or could I just tack it on to the end?
Probably one of the most common people make, and people think that movie.
Yeah.
People
You played yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. People think you. People think it's called. That's called Chucky.
I just remember.
Friday the 13th and Friday the 13th Part 2.
Yeah.
And a double feature.
I love double features. That one show, I don't know if it was on MTV or VH1 back in the day, where they would have like celebrities come on and do commentary about shit. Oh, thank you. That's so pretty.
It's because of the new computer.
Yeah, the new computer like shows more stuff. And hopefully the picture's better. Is it better? Wait, I can't see anything. My love. No, really, I can't see anything. I can't see anything. But I trust you a lot. Anyways, I don't know if it was on VH1 or MTV, but I remember there being like a segment with Dee Snider talking about Child's Play, and him just like with his fucking horrible hair. I'm a hairdresser, I can judge. Going, it's a doll, step on it, and like that stuck with me so much. I was like, this guy's fucking hilarious. First of all, and like second of all, yeah, why is it that hard? There's hidden stuff again.
They kick people. They were in the movie. There were people
just like drop kick him across the room.
Oh, he said, oh my. The horror show says.
Hey.
Did you ever see the movie The Warriors?
Oh my god, yes. I love that movie. I love referencing that movie. When his mother lived with us for a little while, I remember watching it and she walked through the room and was like, what the fuck is this? And we're like, it's The Warriors. She's like, I've never seen that. I was like, just get the fuck out of my house. No, just kidding. But I was like, how have you never seen this movie? I thought everyone saw this movie, literally. But I was wrong. I believe that. I'm sorry. I believe. The darkness. Darkness. What the 5 fingers say to the face? Johnny Murphy. What you got?
Yeah, I mean, oh, in the UK, the box came in.
Ooh, that's so fucking cool, though. Those spheres scared the shit out of me.
What I think a ingenious marketing thing with your sport. Let's say you got a like Child's Play. You have the box. You come out with a new movie. I think a wonderful marketing thing that a lot of people would do if you sold a
Velcro, stick them together.
No, you sold a new like you're like, hey, here's the movie, and for an extra $5 get a new sheet that'll fit the previous box set. That's all in there, and it has titles of the movies all on the outside. Because a lot of people aren't going to be like, I'm not buying that whole thing. I'm just buying this new movie, sliding it right next to it. But if you put that like $5 or $10 price point out there, like,
yeah,
it's worth it. I'm buying it. I
$5
would.
to $10 definitely doesn't beat like $60 or whatever they go for these days.
Mm-hmm.
All right, point taken. Better option than Velcro. I mean, Velcro is the economical version of that.
Velcro is something you could do on.
Yeah. I'm gonna do that. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna Velcro my sets together now.
No, it's terrible.
What?
All right, Anthony, what is the greatest horror movie of all time?
The Super Mario Brothers. Oh God. No,
horrible. Greatest horror.
Fuck you! I love that movie. Oh my God, greatest horror movie of all time. I can't answer that.
Well, you have to.
I can't. There's so many. I don't know. Because there's so many like different qualities, like there's different genres to consider. There's different like for the time this was great, but for this time this was great. You know, Nosferatu, that was pretty dope. Still holds up today. That one scene where he goes from completely laying down to standing up and it just fucks you up because it was, a time which there's really that's a hard thing to pull off even now without it looking shitty. I don't know. That that's a scary question. I don't know.
I already know what it is.
What?
Panic.
Fuck you.
It's a scary movie.
That
It's scary because of a lot of
Jodie Foster?
Kristen Stewart.
Jodie Foster's a good actress.
That movie is what
She was good in Silence of the Lambs. And I'm sure she's been good in other things that I can't remember the name of right now. I've actually never seen Panic Room. You just have a track record of watching.
it's literally
I own that?
on DVD.
Where?
Right next to mine right now.
Throw it out. Get it out of here.
Look at you. Look at this. Pulled it straight from you. Panic Room.
And it's gone. I have Pineapple Express.
Yeah.
That's funny.
You literally have movies. You don't even know this.
I have a lot of movies.
Zodiac. You have Milo and Otis.
I love Milo and Otis. That's a fucking sad movie, though. I don't think I can still watch it.
What is the greatest horror movie of the 80s? OCD says Taxi Driver.
That is a good one. A lot of my favorite horror movies are from the 80s, so I don't think I could pinpoint one. Like obviously Reanimator is from the 80s. Return of the Living Dead's from the 80s.
Return of the Living Dead. That would get my vote.
I can't.
It was transcendent. Next live review will be
Where are you going? Okay, I'm gonna go check on the dog. I don't know. I feel like the 80s were just like fucking gold for horror movies. There was such good shit. There was such good campy shit, which is my bag. I love that. I can't narrow it down to one though. There's so much good stuff. I would think probably like out of every decade, the 80s are probably my favorite for probably horror movies and maybe movies in general, also the early 90s. Because again, the Three Ninjas, that shit was gold. Loved it. Sidekicks. The Super Mario Brothers movie, which I don't care if anyone else hates. If everyone else hates that movie, I don't care. Because it's more for me, and I loved it. And the way that they did Yoshi in that movie was so fucking cute. And I had a gecko named Yoshi, so I loved that. And like Toad with his like huge Goomba, like tiny little head. Loved that shit. So good. Ba-bomb. Like, they don't make movies like that anymore. And probably for a really good reason, but I loved it. And no shame. Again, I have no shame. I'm sorry. That's just how it is. I can't read any comments right now, so I'm just kind of waiting. He's coming. What's your favorite 80s horror movie?
Me?
Yeah. Why?
It was.
Who's your favorite character? My favorite character was the Tar Man. Because he's so freaking cool.
Yeah, that's the thing.
It goes Tar Man and then Linnea Quigley's movies.
And what do you think of the more or vice versa?
I think I liked the first season a little more. Just because like it was, They haven't really had a show like that before. I loved all the undertones of Stephen King's influence on it. I love Dustin. He's the cutest thing ever. He's so cute. I adore him. I did really, I did like honestly enjoy the second season, but I felt like it was a little more emotional. Like as a woman, I was once a young girl. I was once a young girl. And I know kind of to an extent what Eleven was going through when she just get pissed for no reason and like blast the sheriff across the room. Like, and like she had a really fucked up life, so that's understandable. And then mix that with like hormones and shit. Like that's a volatile combination. Hormones and superpowers do not mix. But I feel like I definitely cried the end of season 1 at, we all know, no spoilers. And then at the end of season 2, I cried for a good reason because that was a little nicer. But oh my God, Sean Astin, I cried. I was at the gym when I was watching that episode and screamed no really loud. And I'm on the elliptical and I'm like, no! And people are just like, I'm looking around like, who the fuck did that? Who just yells?
Right. So I'm just a highlight here. I'm looking at like the sections of the DVD shelf behind you are amazing.
Mm-hmm.
We have just a highlight the one 30 Days of Night, Reservoir Dogs,
Mm-hmm.
Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Yeah.
Zombie Honeymoon, Zack and Mary, The Ghost of Edendale, Batman the movie, like
Adam West Batman.
Adam West Batman.
The best Batman.
Zombie, Predator, Book of Blood, Clive Barker, if you're into that.
Love me some Clive Barker.
40-Year-Old Virgin.
Love me some 40-year-old. Well, not really.
Which is 3. Okay. Now we got Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
I don't recall buying that.
Fraggle Rock.
I love Fraggle Rock.
Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Another movie that fucked me up as a child. Another movie that fucked me up as a child.
Brutal Massacre.
That's a good movie.
Suicide Serum. A Bucket of Blood.
Mm-hmm.
And then my section. Who Wrong Fu?
Oh my God. That's such a good movie.
Nothing quite crazy.
Or John Leguizamo in drag. Chichi Rodriguez.
All right, oh, this is great. You think that
I haven't seen the most recent Hellraiser. I plan on seeing it. I fucking love Hellraiser. I love the Hellbound Heart. I love Clive Barker. I think it's so badass. The concept of these movies, particularly the first one and the second one. What was it? I can't remember which Hellraiser I saw with Rachel. I remember being at her house. We were in high school or something. And it wasn't Doug Bradley. And it was just this guy who's like, oh, toy maker. And we couldn't stop making fun of him to take the movie seriously or really follow along what was happening. Because there's one part where like Pinhead got duped and he's like, oh, toy maker. And like lost my shit, was laughing so hard. That's all I can recall from that movie.
Oh my God.
But my God.
I can't remember the director's name. Do you know who it is?
I have Hatchet up here somewhere. Holy shit. I want my YouTube channel to be like that. We're using the Google machine.
Adam Green.
Adam Green has badass sleepovers, apparently.
What?
That none of us were invited to.
No.
Very hurt.
No, this cannot be.
What? Anyways. I don't think it can be saved. I don't think it needs a remake. I feel like that's coming. A reimagining, we don't need it.
Okay.
Like, don't do it. Leave it alone. Let it be. Clive Barker is the most beautiful human being ever, inside and out. He's one of the most beautiful. He's amazing, and I fucking love him. And I know not everyone shares my opinion. One of my really close friends, like, fucking hates Clive Barker, and I'm just like,
oh my god, he directed and Frank.
Oh my god.
I love that one.
So, I'm a huge fan of his writing, maybe a little more than his movies, but I love his movies. Like Cold Heart Canyon. Holy shit. That's a good movie. Check that out. Especially if you like, it's very sexy. Like, if you're not into that, don't read his shit.
Kane Hodder was one of the guests. Sleepover. Kane Hodder,
Oh, I want to have a sleepover.
No, you can't.
Well, not with Kane Hodder.
Bill Mosley.
Do they wear jammies? We need to check this out.
Snyder.
Yes. Oh my god, you could have a sleepover with Dee Snider and watch Strangeland. That would be badass.
They said, unfortunately, there will be a third season for Hard to Oh, Victor Crowley.
Yeah. That's on. I don't think I have that.
Oh, you have Crowley.
Yeah, that's something completely different. Crowley is by the lead singer of Iron Maiden.
Oh.
I love Iron Maiden, by the way. So much. What the fuck's that guy's name? I'm the worst fan right now. Look, I love Iron Maiden. I can't name anyone in the band, but I can. I just can't remember on the spot. Nice. Yeah. Well, you need Easter eggs to keep it interesting. Can you check my comments, sir? Hello. Definitely let me know. I'm totally down. I just can't see anything, but you can read, so we're set. Oh, you guys. Yeah, my friend John just fucking hates Clive Barker, and I wonder, like, how much he actually really hates Clive Barker, or how much he likes seeing my face and my heart just like crumble to pieces. What did he watch? Like Lord of Illusions or something? And he's sending me like pictures, like texting them to me. And it's like him holding the DVD. And then the next picture is the DVD in the trash. And I'm like, bitch. But like, he's one of the best dudes I've ever met. If that's like the only thing, like you hate my taste and stuff, that's fine. As long as we're still cool. Like, I love you, bro. Yeah. Oh, he helped us out. He helped us pick out this laptop. He's an IT genius. He's a hater of Clive Barker, but he's a good friend. Someday we're going to get him on the channel so he can, blast Clive Barker at me in front of everyone. No, we don't fight. We have fought, actually. We have actually had a fist fight. I drunkenly beat him arm wrestling once, which, all right, dude's really tall. His arm, if he puts his hand flat on the ground, where his shoulder is where my hip is. I think he's actually like a foot and an inch taller than me. And I beat him drunken arm wrestling once and like ran around screaming Mother Russia and then fell out of like a first floor window in a bathroom. Anyways, I think there's something blocked on here.
You must now. It says says you must.
No. He doesn't hate horror. He just hates everything I like. He likes you. You're cool. He's pretty cool. Oh my god. During the creepy crawl, at one point, it was like taking, if any of you guys were there, it was taking movie titles and putting dong in it. And I spit on your grave. And the one that made me like snot myself and spit like coffee everywhere was I spit on your dong. And now every time he sees the movie or I see the movie, I just think about it and like giggle a little bit, which is completely inappropriate, you know, if you've seen the movie. Like there's no giggling in that movie at all. And it's just like it's hurtful to giggle, but you're like, dong. I can't see the bass. I can't see the bass. Who's calling for me to play the bass? I mean, I will definitely I will have to look into like the copyright aspect of things, like if you have to do certain things to play stuff, because I don't have any original material like offhand. I did write a song for my senior project in high school, but I can't remember how to play it. I remember how the words go. I have it on cassette tape. But I don't know if I have to like put special stuff into copyright, because all the stuff I know is copyrighted. But definitely I will keep that in mind, you know, once all this shit gets handled. Put some slap the bass for you. What are you doing with your leg? Was the song about? It should have been. It was about some heavy shit. Some gravity shit. It was like I was in a pretty serious. Yes, there's Hatchet. Mm-hmm. Oh, apparently I have Hostel Part 2. I wrote this song. I was in a pretty serious relationship off and on, like long term, from when I was like 14 or 15 to about mid 20s or early 20s, mid 20s. It was a song. Yeah, he did not have a heavy tone, but it was about that and like shitty heartbreak and how you have to realize things and move on. At the tender age of 18, I wrote that. 17, 18. I saw some shit. I've seen some shit. I wrote a song about it. It's on a cassette tape somewhere. But, you know. I wish I would have brought another soda back here. 10:45? Holy balls. I'm so excited that there's so many, like, people. There's an earthquake. Makes me so happy. I love you guys from the bottom of my heart. Those are movies. All my books are over there. The perpendicular wall. Once we are getting a storage shed type thing to go outside, and we're gonna take like the storagey bullshit, because this is actually like my storage room. We're gonna put all that stuff out there and have things set up a little bit better, so I don't have a laptop on a TV tray sitting on a beanbag chair in front of my DVD. Yeah, I have the laptop sitting on top of a Loot Crate box, but I do have like a lot of books, and I would like to feature some of those books perhaps in the background. I have an extensive collection of Fangoria, which I'm super fucking jazzed that shit is coming back, and it sounds like it's coming back right. Thank you, God. I have a bunch of comic books back there, a bunch of trade paperbacks, a shitty child's accordion somewhere. I have a bunch of stuff that I'd like to incorporate. So it's not just like a wall of DVDs and like some beautiful instruments, which is fine because I like those too. Anything?
Marvel or DC?
Marvel. Without a doubt, Marvel. Because Thor, because Deadpool. And like Captain Deadpool. No, just Deadpool. I mean, Batman's okay, I guess. Adam West Batman is where it's at. But like Batman's all right. Superman. I hate how, I don't know. I just don't give a shit about him. Do you just hate the people with the Superman shirts? Just like fucking. No, that's pretty cool. That's a good aspect of it. But like, I can't really get into it. I don't know. He's so pure and proper and shit. And there's always some like horrible tragedy. I guess that's with like any. Martha. That's with any superhero, I suppose. That adds to their origin story. But I don't know. I'm so fucking excited for Deadpool 2. Stop singing Jurassic Park back there. Fun fact, what is it, Jurassic Park 2? The scene where the Tyrannosaurus is in that kid's backyard gave me nightmares for months after I saw it. And I kept having this reoccurring dream that like it came up to the window and it was just like doing that eye thing in the movie where it like just focuses on you, and then ripped like half of my house down, and I was fucked. Didn't die in my dream, but like just can't stop having nightmares. And then it was like a week ago, I just watched some fucked up movie on Netflix and turn Netflix off, turn my Fire Stick off. I'm on regular cable and that goddamn scene's up. And I'm texting Mr. Reanimator going, oh, super, I'm going to have nightmares as a grown fucking adult from this movie. Like, yeah. If they stay true to the comic book, then it's going to be Bucky. Like, he is done. Which is fine, because I would prefer that they stay true to the comic book. Because some fucking media doesn't like to stick to the comic book. They just fuck everything up. Walking Dead. But anyways, if you guys haven't watched the trailer for Deadpool 2, you need to watch it. It's so good. Ooh, go on IMDb and look up the film synopsis for Deadpool 2. You will not be disappointed. It is amazing. You're welcome. You're thinking about something over there. What are you doing? He's dancing in the hallway. Do you think it's a good point to call it? So my throat hurts from talking so much. But I had a really, really, really good time. Thank you to everyone that came out and interacted and asked me questions and wasn't a troll. But even if you were a troll, I still don't know like what my favorite, what was it? My Little Pony movie was. Whatever, Care Bears are better. You can follow me on Twitter and Facebook at Ray Animator Reviews. And if you guys want to, like after the video's over, you know, or on any video, honestly, if you want to leave things that you'd like to talk about, if you guys want to do more Hangout type stuff and just talk horror or talk whatever, or talk Super Mario Brothers, you want to tell me how much you love that movie, because I love that movie. We could talk about that in Spice World or whatever tickles your fancy. But yeah, thank you guys so much. I had a blast. I'm going to need your assistance to turn off the live stream, please, my dear. But please make sure to like, hit the notification bell for any notifications that I put things up. I'm going to try to put up, we found out there's a way to put something up to let you guys know, like, if you just follow me on YouTube, that there's going to be like a live stream. Because I honestly just right now can't do recorded reviews and edit them because my eyes. But once they do resolve, get a little bit better, I will do like actual, like, what do you expect from someone with a YouTube to do? Actual quality, not just me sitting here just rambling about shit. But, you know, something that's edited nicely and doesn't have ums and likes in it and whatever. That too. But if you could share my channel, I'd be super appreciative. If you would like, comment, subscribe, whatever you like. Thank you guys so much. I really, really, really appreciate it. And I love you guys. And please check out Deadpool 2. Let me know what you think. And I'll see you all later. Have a good night.